All right, hello everybody. Welcome to today's video. Today we're gonna cook these guys, the Maggi 2-minute noodles, but we're gonna cook it Indian style. So, ingredients we need is cilantro. We have the Thai green chili, ginger, garlic. Probably have half a Roma tomato. I have 3 carrots. I may only use 2 depending on how I feel, and then I have a zucchini. You can use all other type of vegetables if you want, and then we have a red onion. So make sure you guys wash these things before using them. So we will start with the onion first. And take the ends off, and we wanted julienne. So put the ends off here. You can see we've used this onion before, so get that skin off. There we go. Then depending on how much you want, you can cut it, but I'm just gonna need a little bit. Seems like I need to sharpen this knife. Might do that later, not right now. Should have checked it before I started this, but too late. You know what? Maybe I'll use this fella. Quick little rinse, and much better. There we go. Put that away. You know what? I may not use all of it. This is too much. And then we can move on to the next item, which is I'm gonna do garlic because it's gonna go in together with the onions when we saute it. And you can use it however you want it. You can want to dice, you want a long cut, but I'm gonna just do small little pieces here. You can use a machine too if you want. I am not going to, because I like doing this. So this, I can just move it to the side. Then ginger. I want it in the same way we did the garlic. It's, like I said, it's up to you however you want to do it. This is how I chose to do it. Ooh, that onion is getting to me now. Ooh, I think it's strong. Okay, put it away. I like to use the back end of the knife instead of the front because I don't want to dull the blade. And then I want some of the ginger julienne as well. I like the long pieces. So I'm gonna skin it like this. There's other ways to do it too, but right. And then you have these. See, they're not that wide. And then now you can cut them the other way, long direction. Have them look like this. I'm going to put that on the side because they'll be going in at a different time. Then we put the diced one in. And of course, we have tomato. Since we're cooking noodles, I like them have them small, diced pieces. And it looks like we need to sharpen this knife too. That's good enough. I'm going to put that on the side. And then Thai chili, it's optional. You can use jalapeno peppers, or the one thing I didn't have today was bell peppers. Love bell peppers. Could have used them too if I had them. But I don't. And I really didn't want to go grocery shop, so did what I, working with what I have. All right. So that, I'm actually gonna mix it all there with the diced ginger because that's what we're gonna use now. For this guy, chop off the end. And actually, this is what I need. I want them skins like this in the noodles. I don't want them cut, I don't want them diced. They just get really soft and really nice, and they look really good with the noodles. So start with one side, keeping the skin, not keeping the skin, that's up to you. I like it, so I'm gonna keep the skin. And I'm not gonna bore you with me peeling this off, so catch you guys in a bit. So when you start seeing these seeds like this, that's where you're gonna stop. I don't want the seeds, you know. I only want the skin. There we go. Put that away. Throw this away. Now with the carrots, same thing. You want to cut the end off. And if you washed it really good, you can keep the skin the first time you peel it. If you think you don't want it, just peel it off to the side. And then you should have something like this. Same thing as we did with the zucchini, we're gonna do with the carrots. All right, this is the end result. This is how it should look like once it's done. As you can see, little peels of the carrot, and make sure you skim the whole thing, right? Take it all the way down, all the way to the bone. I'm just kidding. It's really hard to peel once they become the skinny, so I just put it away, or I might just julienne it later to put it in there. And then of course our favorite, cilantro. How can we forget cilantro? So get it into a bunch, and just like this. And if you want to know how to run a knife like this, well, there are plenty of YouTube's videos on it. Just YouTube it. You'll know. I'm not gonna spend time on how to use a knife. Maybe in a different video. Maybe I won't, because there's a lot of videos already. Anyway, I digress. Get all that done, and we'll move on to the stove. Okay, we're at the stove now, and when you open up these little packages the noodle comes in, they already come with pre-made spices. When you open that pouch, it looks like this. So it's one per pouch, and then it's about one cup of water per little cake of noodle, or you can say 7 fluid ounces, like it says on there, that you can do. So as you can see, got the water right here. So we're just gonna add. I'm just gonna add the cakes. I'm not gonna wait for the water to boil. And I got it on a medium heat because we're gonna saute at the same time. There we go. Break these guys. If you don't want to break them, that's fine. Just remember, if you don't break them, the little long noodles, if you like long noodles, then try it. There we go. One more, so it kind of looks like this. It's almost like, there we go. Alright, we can deal with that later. This is heating up. So we got our stuff back here. I got the rest of the spices. As you can see, we have, there we go, all our stuff, and then rest of the spices that we're gonna use, and I'll mention those as we start using them. Come back here. Look for something really quick. There we go. There. Put one in here. So this is heating up. So just depending on how much onions you have, like I said, okay, well, I'm not good at measuring. I just, yeah, it should be enough. You're gonna use ghee or any other type of oil that you have. I'm gonna wait for the oil to warm up a little bit, and we're gonna start as soon as it's ready. And I also want to let you know that the noodles I bought, they are these masala and spicy noodles. If you don't like them, you can use a different one, or you can, test out with a small pack first. You can get in like, they come in singles too. So, let's see. Yep, it's about ready. So we're gonna go with the onions. Yep, I'm gonna use them all. And with that, I'm going to put garlic in there. I'm going to add the garlic. And I used just a little bit of garlic this time because, there's a lot of flavoring going on today with all the other stuff. So, there we go. I'm on, I'm going to say I'm on 7.5 heat. On the stove, and looks like the water is going to start to boil. Another thing you can do about the noodles is that you can put maybe a little bit of spice in there once it starts to boil, or a little bit of salt, maybe a little bit of oil too, so that the noodles don't stick while they're boiling, because that's what they're going to start doing, start sticking to each other, and then that's what we don't want. So I'm going to saute these for a little bit, and then I'm going to throw the veggies in right after that. But I want these to start turning color. A little bit of light brown would be ideal. In the meantime, Just add a little bit of salt to the noodles over there, and then just a hint of oil. I know you guys can't see me, but trust me, I just put a little bit of oil. The other ingredient I'm going to use today is rose water. It gives a nice little fragrance at the end, but we're not going to use it now. We'll use it in a little bit. So as you can see, that was enough oil that I put on there. As you can see, there's still left over on the bottom. That's what we kind of want. So as we add the other stuff in, you know, soaks out. You can choose to boil your noodles before this or separately if you want. If you don't want to, like, you know, double task it out, as you can see, it hasn't even started yet. But that's up to you. Keep this away a little bit. I don't want my foam to get burnt. Well, as you can see, they're starting to turn color. That's my indication of the veggies. Now, you could boil the veggies with the noodles if you want. If you don't want to saute them, you just want to boil them, that's totally fine. I only added like 2 today. You can add spinach to this, mushrooms, yeah, whatever you want. And then you don't have to peel the carrots like I did, but that's something that I choose to do. Alright, while that's happening, got some green peas. We're gonna add a little bit of those. Here. But I kind of want to boil them because they're frozen. That should do it. I mean, if you use fresh ones, then that's totally fine. And then keep on the back of your mind that your heat is high, and you probably need to stir this more often than you think. As you can see, it has started to shrink down a little bit. The veggies have started to shrink down a little bit. That's what happens. So when you think you have enough, when you're peeling them, yeah, you may not. Right, so, oh man, that smells good. Smells really good. In the meantime, we can discuss the spices. Remember, this is what came with. We're gonna use a little bit of turmeric. Of course, I'm gonna put a little bit of salt, and then we have cumin powder and we have coriander powder. So we're gonna use that today. And you're like, well, if it comes with all this other stuff, why are we adding more? Well, as you can see, we're adding a lot more vegetables to it too, so of course. And if you want to add meat to it, you can, depending on what you want to do, how you want to cook. You can just saute it and throw it in there. That's totally up to you. And perhaps we can do a video another day on all that. Well, right now I think will be a good time. We're going to add the ginger and Thai chili. And always, keep an eye on your noodles too. You want to make sure you're stirring them as you go. I got them on settings number 7, and so it's not boiling, but it's warming them up really nicely. Show you here. Gotta come back to this because remember, it's on high heat. Looks like these soaked up all the oil and everything. Now I can add tomatoes. I only use a little bit of it, but if you're a big fan of tomato, use as much as you want. I'm gonna turn the heat up on the noodles a little bit because I want them ready pretty soon. And now I'm going to add those julienne ginger. Like this. Oh yeah. Not like this. More than anything. And remember to choose what kind of utensils you want depending on how much food you're going to have. See, it's now started sticking to the bottom. That's when I'm going to add all that masala. And when you do that, remember it's going to start sticking to the bottom. I'm going to add a little more salt because we've already added salt. Turmeric. Gotta love some turmeric. And then some of the garam masala that Mom made. I'm going to use this instead of their stuff. And then of course we have fenugreek. Just a little bit of that. I'm going to turn off the heat on the noodles because they're about to come in here too. It doesn't matter if they have a little bit of water left in them or not. You can just add them in. Oh my goodness, it smells really good. Well, there we go. He kept the heat good. They didn't stick much. If you were on a high heat, they would have. It would stick to the bottom, and you would not have liked that. So I already reduced the heat. We're at I'm gonna say 4, but since it's electric, it takes a minute for it to simmer down. You're gonna start mixing it. You can use tongs at this point. You want to use tongs? I'm fine with this. And if you've cooked this already and then you're like, oh my god, I forgot to add chicken or whatever else you want to add to it. Well, after this is done, you can, stir fry. You can, heat up some chicken and then cut them into pieces and put it in here if you have some leftover. Or you can, make new dish if you want. But I don't think I'm going to add any chicken to it today. Just like it as it is. And now, I should have done it earlier when I was sauteing to add rose water, but I'm going to do now a little bit because we're almost done, because otherwise you're going to lose that fragrance that the rose water brings. Oh yeah. Even if you don't like using rose water, I would just say just go smell it. It's so good. Alright, so I'm going to turn it off now because we have electric stove and because I know it's almost done. If you had gas stove, you could have left it on for a little longer, but turn it off. Last but not least, cilantro. Well, you can use it to garnish later if you want, or however you want to do it, but this is the last thing. Oh man, and then the cilantro brings its own aroma with everything. Look at that. Well, there you have it. That's it. I'm gonna move it away, put it in the middle here because we know we're using the other stove too. And we are done. That's all it takes to make it. All right, you guys enjoy, have fun, and I want to give a shout out to Owen, Sam, and Caitlin because they told me to, apparently Owen told me to tell after the end of my video for everybody to subscribe. So, at Owen's request, please subscribe. All right, thank you, and we will see you guys later. Have fun.